Hi everybody, welcome to the demo of the Pi Vision custom symbol histogram. The histogram symbol is a bar chart that shows a graphical representation of numerical data's distribution. It is fully based on the core Pi Vision data services. That is to say, it does not require the Pi Web API. This custom symbol works with Pi tags and Pi AF attributes as well. Here is the icon of the histogram symbol. Let's try it with the core Pi tag named CDT158, which holds temperature values. Like other symbols, you have to select the symbol's icon, then drag and drop the data source into the Pi Vision display. By default, the symbol displays a title for the chart, which contains the name of the data source, concatenated with a unit of measure inside parentheses. We will see later how to customize this title. Here, the unit for temperature is degrees Celsius. When the unit is unknown, only the data source name is displayed in the title. For example, the core Pi tag named sinusoid doesn't have the unit. To change the data source of the histogram symbol, just drag and drop a new item, as usual. Let's get back to the previous data source, simply by clicking on the Undo button, or hitting Ctrl+Z on the keyboard. This histogram symbol is event-weighted, meaning that each bar in the chart represents the number of events that belong to the range of the bar. By default, the histogram symbol adapts the x-axis scale and labels to the actual range of the values, and adapts the y-axis scale and labels to the number of values found. Each bar has a tooltip that shows the range of the bar and the number of values. Here, there are 78 values stored in the Pi data archive, which are between 72 and 85. The last bar is specific to NaN values. NaN stands for not a number. So, the bar represents the number of values that are not numerical. Here, there are 4 non-numerical values. Let's take a look at the configuration options. The configuration panel is composed of 6 parts. The first 3 are expanded by default, namely configuration, visibility, and x-axis. The last 3 are collapsed by default, namely colors, borders, and reset. First of all, you can choose as many bars as you want, provided that the number of bars is not less than 1. The text box is protected against mistyping and will not allow texts, negative or decimal numbers to be entered. Inside the visibility group, you can choose to show or hide the title, the units, and the bar dedicated to the NaN values. When the title is not displayed, the chart fits automatically to the available space in the histogram symbol. For the title, you have several options, depending on the type of data source. For Pi tags, there are 2 title options. Display the name of the tag, or display a custom text. By default, the first one is selected. When you choose the custom option, a new text box appears and allows you to edit the default custom title. Now, let's change the histogram data source for a Pi AF attribute. TX Lake Wind Farm is a demo database used during OSI soft training sessions. This is the current value of the rotor speed for the first wind turbine in this database. Its unit of measure is RPM. That stands for rotations per minute. Similarly to Pi tags, just drag and drop an attribute to the histogram symbol. For Pi AF attributes, there are 3 title options: the name of the attribute, the path of the attribute, a custom text. The behavior of the units checkbox is the same for tags and attributes. When the third checkbox of the visibility group is unticked, the bar for NaN values is hidden, and the chart fits automatically to the available space. The x-axis group let you customize the number of decimals displayed for the axis labels. The minimum value is 0. Negative numbers are not allowed. By default, the upper and lower bounds of the x-axis are adapted to the actual data. That is to say, they match the minimum and maximum of the actual values that belong to the current time span of the display. When you move across the timeline, these bounds may vary. But the histogram symbol allows to enter custom settings and set fixed values for the scale range. This may be useful to focus on a sub-range of the data, or to exclude outliers. If the values specified are not correct, an explicit message is displayed in the configuration panel. Moreover, the bar chart won't display any data. As you can see, the histogram symbol is able to detect that some data exist for this time frame, and may be displayed if the settings are changed. Obviously, this happens when the x-axis scale range settings are not correct. But it also happens when the data values are outside the boundaries, even if these boundaries are correct. X-axis labels can be oriented horizontally or vertically. The default value is horizontal. When you need a high precision for the labels, you may need to switch to vertical, because labels will overlap. With the vertical option, a new text box appears, and let you increase the height dedicated to labels under the chart. The default value for this height is 50 pixels. In the colors group, you can change the background color, whose default color is transparent, the title color, the bar color, the x-axis color, and the y-axis color. The grid color. The error color, which belongs to the messages displayed inside the histogram. For instance, when there is no data, or another problem occurred. The title color option is hidden when the title checkbox is unticked in the visibility option group. Same thing for the NaN values bar and its color option. In the borders option group, you can specify the color and the weight of the symbol's border. To finish, if you've messed your symbol configuration, the reset button is dedicated to restore each option to its default value.